Are we able to switch modes and choose to transform the world to one that we restore and care for? Life is about change, transformation from one state to another. In Pandalgudi, South India, at the limestone mines of Ramco Cements, we experience a commitment to change and a step taken towards restoring the environmental balance. A phase-wise project that began in 2019 on 65 acres covered the next 150 acres in 2020. By 2023, we hope to cover over 800 acres of worked-out mines in the area. So far, over 200,000 trees and shrubs have been planted on the land. This will rise to around 1 million once the project is completed. And because biodiversity is the key for permanent change, over 80 species of native trees and shrubs have been used in the plantation. Nature follows a process of succession, one life to the next. And now we know that a shift in our attitude towards the environment is essential if we wish to maintain a balanced habitat where we can continue to thrive as a species. The process of change is constantly around us, whether we are aware of it or participate in it or not. The great realization comes when we see that our actions can influence the direction in which change will take us. The opportunity comes from how we look at things in front of our eyes, how we see the world around us. Is it a wasteland devoid of potential, to be harvested each year for the meager growth such a degraded land can accumulate? Or is it a chance to see a unique ecosystem that has the potential to unfold into something greater? A diverse habitat that can support a multitude of life forms, each uniquely adapted to the varied niches found in the newly formed landscape. Here we see the unfolding of a story, of the change we can effect, one of restoration and hope. Our inspiration has come from the land itself and the remnants of native vegetation in the local area. For our project to be successful and efficient, we need to work with nature, understand the solutions that already exist by planting species that have evolved over countless generations to adapt to the local environmental conditions. However, this project is not only the result of a collaboration with nature. It is also a lesson about cooperation, the sharing of skills, and the acknowledgement that each member of the team, when given a chance, adds to the collective capacity for a successful outcome. Inspired by the nature around, we hope to be able to pass this on to the next generations that come to visit the project site and learn about the processes and techniques of environmental restoration. As with all moments of conscious change, there will be leaders who propose the course of action. We as individuals can choose to embrace the change and understand the potential for actions towards change within our own sphere of influence. We can develop the skills and abilities available. One way is to train more people to understand nature and the environment around us, so that they can develop the next set of initiatives as more and more projects like this start in our efforts to restore the environment, whether we are aware of it or participate in it or not. The great realization comes when we see that our actions can influence the direction in which change will take us. The opportunity comes from how we look at things in front of our eyes, how we see the world around us. Is it a wasteland devoid of potential, to be harvested each year for the meager growth such a degraded land can accumulate? Or is it a chance to see a unique ecosystem that has the potential to unfold into something greater?
Good evening to all. We are now going to start the technical presentation in the beginning. Our minister will take some another time to reach here by 7:45. We are expecting his arrival. So I request ICI Secretary, Calicut Chapter Secretary, Mr. Sajid Bhaskar, to introduce the keynote speaker.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We will start our program since the minister is a little bit delay. So without taking much of my time, I welcome all you all. Let me go to my duty to introduce our keynote speaker of the day today, Dr. Vishal Ramesh Tombare. He is currently Executive Engineer Roads in Municipal Corporation of Greater Mumbai. He has completed his PhD from Indian Institute of Technology, IIT Bombay. Before joining MCGM, he worked with Indian Rayon and Industries Limited Cement Division for about 4 years. During his tenure in Cement Division, he worked on Shopee concept in cement industry and developed various mixes for high-performance concrete. He joined Municipal Corporation of Greater Mumbai in the year 1997. He has worked in Quality Control, Planning and Research Department, Hydraulic Engineering Department, for about 8 years, where he played a key role in making master plan for Mumbai city for next 25 years. Looking to his expertise in cement concrete, he is now transferred to road department. Before that, he worked with coastal road project for 6 years. He has about 26 years of expertise in civil engineering field. He is a chartered engineer from Institution of Engineers. Dr. Vishal had introduced many mineral and chemical admixtures in concrete, which is used in various MCGM projects. Dr. Vishal was the instrument behind implementing ultra-thin white topping, which is known as UTWT, in Mumbai, Thane, Bangalore, Chennai, and different parts of our country. He is the first engineer in India to use M60 grade of concrete in UTWT and TVT. Dr. Vishal was awarded 2 times as an outstanding concrete engineer in the year 2008 and 2009 on the occasion of Engineers Day. Recently, Vishal was awarded as Bharat Ratna Mokshagundam Vishesharaya Engineering Award in 2018. In the same year, he received Samaj Bhushan Award. And recently, on August 9th of this year, he has received Outstanding Award from Abhyanta Vishwa magazine. He has vast experience in cement, concrete, ultra-thin white topping, and asphalt roads. He has been associated from last 25 years with construction supervisors course conducted by Indian chapter American Concrete Institute. He has presented many papers, webinars, and attained number of national and international conferences, seminars on various topics related to concrete pavements. Dr. Vishal is a committee member of H3, H9 for Indian Road Congress and TXD 30 member committee of Bureau of Indian Standards. Dr. Vishal is a member of various committees like Standing Technical Advisory Committee, STAC, appointed by the Honorable High Court, Specification Committee for Code Mix, Expert Technical Committee for Malabar Hill Landslide, etc. Dr. Vishal is the Secretary of American Concrete Institute Indian Chapter and Secretary of Indian Concrete Institute Mumbai Center. He is the Chairman of Environment Management Cell for Mumbai Coastal Road Project. He is an Executive Committee member of Indian Institution of Bridge Engineers, IGS. He is a life member of various institutes like Institution of Engineers, Indian Chapter, Concrete, American Concrete Institute, Indian Concrete Institute, Indian Road Congress, Indian Institute of Bridge Engineers, ICSI, and so on. So, with your permission, I welcome Dr. Vishal.
Well, good evening, one and all. First of all, I am very much thankful to Indian Concrete Institute and Ramco Cement for inviting me to share my experience of concrete road, ultra-thin white topping, and an overview of Mumbai Coastal Road Project. Since I think there is time lag, so I will be running fast. So if you are having any questions, you can interrupt me and we'll discuss at that time. Next. Okay, these are the contents of today's presentations. Mumbai Road Department Introduction of Concrete Road. What are the different PQC requirements, pavement quality concrete requirements, construction of concrete roads, then bituminous pavement problems and its current practice, what is the theory behind white topping, some experimental work we had done long back in 2008-2009. So I'll just touch some points on that and we'll summarize. I will not go into detail. As we all know that Mumbai is surrounded with Arabian Sea, as Kerala is surrounded with Arabian Sea. So there are many factors which are similar to Mumbai. We are having a rainfall of about 3,000 to 3,500 mm per year, as Kerala is also having 2,700 mm per year. Mumbai is having a road network of approximately 2,000 kilometers of roads. Apart from these roads, some roads are owned by PWD, some roads are owned by MHADA, some roads are owned by MMRDA, MSRDC, and even private layouts. Till date, we had concretized up to 1,000 kilometers of concrete road in urban areas, which is highest in our country, if we are talking about city roads. These are some of the activities which we normally carry under Chief Engineer Roads and Traffic. Our Chief Engineer, they also look after traffic departments. So maintenance, construction of development plan roads, maintenance of major roads and roads having bus routes, widening of existing road, and there are various methodologies which we improve roads, such as asphaltification, then massification, interlocking, pair block, concrete with cement concrete, and last is thin and ultra thin white topping. Apart from this, we are having our own asphalt plant, ready mix, batch mix plant, where we produce our own bituminous concrete as well as cold mix for different emergency works. This is another section is traffic section, where we prescribe RLs, provide traffic amenities such as dividers, lane marking, traffic islands, and even pay and park. Well, coming to our road department, in the year 2004, we had appointed a STAC committee, Standing Technical Advisory Committee. This STAC committee consists of different eminent persons from India. In the year 2004, the chairman of this STAC committee was Mr. M.V. Mirani, who retired as a principal secretary PWD. IIT Professor K.V. Krishna Rao, now is Deputy Director, he is one of the member. CRRI Director, he is one of the member. Then VJTI HOD. So these are blend of some practical personality in field and some academic professors. So whenever we have any problem, whenever we introduce new material, whenever we introduce new technology, first we give presentation to STAC committee. They do thorough study, and then we implement all the things. First we do some trial stages. It is kept under observation for at least 2 monsoons, and then we go for regular tender. In addition to that, STAC committee has given us 80 recommendations. They had formulated some guidelines for site engineers, for quality control, for quality assurance. So we are following this STAC committee guidelines, and tremendous improvement is there, which are seen on Mumbai roads. So these are few recommendations. I will not go into details since time is less. This is typical cross section of concrete pavement. We are having subgrade, we are having sub base, then GSB, granular sub base, wet mix macadam, DLC, and the top portion is PQC, pavement quality concrete. This is the cross section of concrete pavement. It may vary from side to side, but normally these are the different layers which MORTH and IRC has recommended. These are the few stresses which normally comes in case of concrete pavement. One is frictional stresses, temporary stresses, and wheel load stresses. This all how to calculate these stresses, it is given in IRC as IRC 58. So whenever we have to design a concrete pavement, we refer normally IRC 58. And each and every, just like each and every building we design, in the same manner each and every road has to be designed by engineer. We should not fix a typical cross section, and that cross section will be uniform throughout the city. No, it should be designed, the road should be designed for every pavement. These are the basic requirement of subgrade. Uniformity should be there, because our varying course, top course is should be raised on uniform surface, so that whatever loads are coming, it will be distributed accordingly. These are the PQC requirement, pavement quality concrete requirement. Whenever we achieved a flexural strength of 4.5 Newton per mm square, then we can open for traffic. As per IRC guideline, we have to use maximum 425 kg per cubic meter of cement. This is the maximum which they had recommended, but we having very good plasticizer, mineral admixtures. Plasticizers are available in market, so we can even for achieving same strength, we can reduce the cement content up to even 300, 320, and we can get the same compressive strength which we are getting by using normal cement. Now, why we are going for concrete roads in Mumbai? Slowly we are converting asphalt road to concrete road. Why? Because we are covered with sea. Mumbai was 7 islands. We are just reclaiming, and Mumbai has been formed. Then water table in Mumbai is very high. Even whenever we excavate, even after 500 mm, we get water table, we get water. So in short, we can say that we are having floating roads in Mumbai. Heavy intensity of traffic and axle loads. For normally 90 to 95% of road, in every road all types of axle loads are plying, whether it is single axle, whether it is in double axle, whether it is in tridem, all multi-axle, all types of axle loads are plying on these roads. So this limits to use of asphalt road. Asphalt road has its own advantages, concrete road has its own advantages. Looking to the functions and usability of that particular pavement, we have to decide where which type of pavement has been used, whether asphalt road, concrete road, interlocking pure block, or thin or ultra thin white topping. This is the cross section of concrete pavement. We are having different layers, and at both the ends we are having storm water drain. So whatever rainwater comes, it directly flows into the sides stormwater drain. In the forthcoming tenders, we had also introduced soak pits. Whenever rainwater comes, the water will be collected into holding tanks, or it will be collected into soak pits in addition to stormwater drain. So there will be no flooding. And from the last 2 to 3 years, there is no flooding in Mumbai, because we have done all this experiment and it has been successful in Mumbai. This is the detailed crust. Minimum grade of concrete to be used for cement concrete pavement as per IRC, Indian Road Congress, is M40. Thickness varies from 250 mm to 350 mm. Construction joints at every 4.5 meter. 32 mm dowel bars at every 300 mm center to center, 12 mm diameter bars at every 450 mm, curing of concrete pavement by using chemical or pond curing. Whatever these figures are mentioned, 32 mm or 12 mm, these actually we design. So after designing, this figure has came. Construction joint, sometimes it might be 3 meters, sometimes it might be 3.5 meter. I had, on my experience, we had arrived on these figures. But I repeat, we should design each and every road. These are the few things which we should keep in mind at the time of construction, before construction, and after construction. Normally in Mumbai, we are having planning department, a set of a team of engineers visits RMC plants. We are having our own specifications, plus with RMC MA, we approved RMC plant, so that whatever concrete comes on our site, so it is so that site engineer is assured that whatever concrete is coming, it is from approved batch mix plant. We are getting good quality concrete. Temperature plays very important role in placing of concrete. As per IRC, temperature should not exceed 30 degrees centigrade. If it exceeds, then at your RMC plant you should use ice flux, so that your temperature reduces. And as far as possible, concreting is done after 6 o'clock in the evening or early in the morning, so that we can maintain the laying of concrete temperature. Strictly we are using RMC, so no site mixing is allowed. Then covering concrete surface with wet burlap immediately after structuring and application of concrete curing compound. Curing plays very important role in case of cement concrete pavement, because as we know, heat of hydration is tremendous in cement. And nowadays, whenever we go for OPC, we get higher strength. So to maintain the moisture contained in that concrete, we should immediately cure that concrete surface, either in the form of chemical curing or in the form of pond curing. Protection of concrete surface from sun and strong wind. Whenever we are doing concreting on highways, the intensity of wind is very high. Whenever the wind touches the concrete surface, whatever water present on the top or in the middle of concrete, it gets evaporated. And when water gets evaporated, pores or voids are formed. So to avoid that, immediately we have to take precautions. First 48 hours plays very important role in case of concrete. Advantages of concrete roads, yes, minimum 30 years. I'm talking about minimum 30 years. It gives life. I think even your Big Bazaar road, it has up to more than 25 years. So in Mumbai, Marine Drive, most of engineers had seen Marine Drive road. It has served 70 years. So concrete has very good life. It has very low maintenance. Because once we lay concrete, there are no potholes, there are no distress. Only thing is that we have to take care of construction joints. After 6-7 years, we have to just fill the joint with polysulfides. Impermeability to water doesn't penetrate to this concrete surface. Pothole free and mold reflection on surface. These are few roads of concrete. Whenever we are doing concreting, we improve surrounding part. We also address central median, garden in that central median. We also address footpath, street furnitures. So whole area is improved along with pavement, whether it is an asphalt pavement or concrete pavement. Now. I will just go to next topic, that is white topping. These are the practical problems which we normally come across bitumen roads. Well, these are the problems where we normally come across rutting, cracking, settlement and potholes. These are the common problems which we see all over India. Which is expensive if service life cost is considered. Now, what are the reasons behind this distress? Why this road gets damaged? Improper subgrade. If your subgrade is not proper, water percolates and your consolidation is disturbed. Improper surface and subsurface drainage. This is very important point. So surface drainage plays very important role. Whatever rainwater comes, it should move from the concrete or from asphalt surface so that water is not stagnated on that particular pavement. Whenever water is stagnated on that particular pavement and if rain is coming and at the same time high tide is there, then your asphalt pavement gets deteriorate. The process is very slow, but it starts getting deterioration. Leakage in underground water mains and wet utilities. If you talk about Mumbai, some utilities had been laid by Britishers, 150 years old. So they are getting damaged. Water comes out of these pipes, conduits, and there is a scoring action, and your pavement is damaged. In most of the parts of our country, most of these utilities are below the ground. So we are not able to find it out whether the joints are intact. After few years, this problem arises. Few years means 20 years, 25 years. So now there are instruments to find out the leakages of this particular wet utilities. Waterlogging, then increase in traffic density and axle load. Frequent cuts on road pavement utilities. This is very common problem. In many cases, we construct asphalt road, bitumen road. Very next day, the electricity person comes. He says there is a problem. There is no electricity, and he digs the road. Whenever he excavates the road, your consolidation get disturbed. And if he reinstate that trench in proper manner, in scientific way, then there will be no problem. But if he backfills and if it is allowed to and if it is allowed for traffic, then there are some problems. So STAC committee has also given guidelines how to tackle with this reinstatement of trenches. So we follow that STAC guidelines. Current practice, whenever there is a pothole, we just cut into geometric shape. We clean the existing surface. We put cold mix and roll it, and it's open for traffic. This is the normal procedure which we carried out. But in Mumbai now we are filling addressing pothole with geopolymer concrete, with rapid hardening concrete, with even with pure blocks, and even with in some cases M60 grade of concrete. Now, this is the current practice. Now, is there any alternative which will be durable, which will be cost effective, which will be technical superior? Just we had found out it is nothing but white topping. White topping is nothing but it is an concrete overlay placed on existing asphalt surface. A definition, it is defined as Portland cement concrete overlay constructed on the top of existing bituminous pavement. There are three types of overlays. One is conventional overlay, one is thin white topping, and another one is ultra thin white topping. Now this is differentiated as per their bonding and as per their thickness of pavement. Whenever the thickness is less than or equal to 100 mm, 4 inches, then we term as ultra thin white topping. Whenever the thickness is between 100 to 200 mm, then we term as thin white topping, and last one is conventional white topping. This is the typical cross section of thin or ultra thin white topping. Normally what we do whenever we construct any pavement, whether it is an asphalt or concrete or interlocking pure block, we excavate first, then we roll it, we put different layers, GSB layer, then wet mix, DLC and PQC, and it is allowed for curing. I welcome you, sir. Welcome to our presentation. With your permission, I will just continue my presentation. Welcome, sir. Welcome once again. So this is in this technology, we are not excavating anything. Years the traffic is moving on particular pavement. Due to this movement of traffic, your layers get consolidated. So we are using that residual strength of existing pavement. So we are not excavating anything. We are not putting any layer. Thing is that we are just milling the surface, and on this mill surface we are putting M60 grade of concrete. Again, if you compare with asphalt pavement or any other pavement, time required, we excavate, we put different layers, we cured, so it takes at least 3 to 4 months to complete one stretch. But this technology, within 7 days, it is open for traffic without disturbing to public. Traffic is flowing, we can do this construction of this pavement. Advantages. Since we are not excavating anything, so we are having a thickness of only 100 mm. So we are calling as reduced thickness, fast track construction. We are not waiting for 3 to 4 months. Within 7 days, we are opening for traffic. So we are saying it is a fast track construction technology. Cost effective as compared to asphalt. Then improved service life, little pre-overlay is required, and improving the environmental benefits. We are using mineral admixtures, we are using chemical admixtures. In mineral admixtures, we are using byproducts, microsilica, we are using fly ash, we are using metacholine, alkofine. So these are all byproducts we are using in concrete without disturbing your quality of concrete. As I said, we are milling the surface. Why we are milling the surface? To have a good bonding between asphalt and concrete. Due to this bonding, it ensures a composite action between asphalt and concrete. If it is unbonded, then your neutral axis is in between. But if it is bonded layer, your neutral axis comes down and we get more compression zone that we can use in white topping. Due to this, your stresses reduces. Adequate characterization visual, I will not touch this slide. Now, these are the various admixtures which are using in this technology. For environmental, I was talking about environmental benefits. We are replacing natural aggregates by waste tire. We are having number of waste tires which we normally dump to dumping ground, and when we burn that waste tire, toxic gases comes, and which is very dangerous to human health. So during my PhD, I had done this experiment. We had cut this waste tire into aggregates, fine aggregates and coarse aggregate, and we had used in concrete. by replacing different percentage. So we are saving natural aggregates, and we are using these waste tires into this concrete. And ultimately your cost also reduces. These are the few mixes. Construction, before construction, we have to just mill the surface, and on this milled surface, we have to put this white topping. This is the construction methodology. Your temperature should be less than 30 degrees centigrade. RMC concrete should be strictly from ready-mix concrete batch plant approved, and immediately your top surface should be covered with chemical curing. Again, if you compare with concrete pavements, we are cutting at every 4.5 meters. But in this technology, we are cutting after every 1 meter. Due to this, whatever stresses are coming, whatever curling stresses are coming, it gets reduced. So this is one of the advantages. This is just cost comparison of different technologies. From this, we can say that white topping is economical as compared to different technologies. This is one of the experiment which we had carried out in Mumbai, in Mulund. Simultaneously, workability test was carried out. I will run these slides. These are the test results. What IRC says that whenever we are achieving 4.5 Newton per mm square flexural strain, we can open for traffic. Here we had achieved after 7 days 6.44 and 7.78. Means practically we can open for traffic after 72 hours. We don't have to wait for 3 to 4 months. Even after 72 hours, we can open for traffic. New road we can. So but before that, we had done some instrumentation on Vishal by Patel Road. We have since this technology was new. So as we all know, we assume something, we do calculation, and if it is within permissible limit, we take that thickness. But we had proved practically what should be the figures while taking designing. Means what would be the stresses, what would be the strengths coming on concrete pavement. So these are the strain gauges. We had there were thermocouples and strain gauges on concrete. Concrete is, I will just move. These are all practical photographs. Immediately. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I will finish these 2 slides, and then coastal road after 10 minutes will take, with the permission of sir. So this road we had done within 3 days. Even after 14 years, there is not a single pothole on this pavement. We had done in Mumbai more than 100 roads. There is not a single pothole, not a single distress on this road by using this ultra thin white topping technology. We had started in 2006. Still these roads are there. All types of traffic are plying on this particular pavement. These are all the results. All types of tests has been carried out. Non-destructive testing has been carried out for durability. We are designing for sustainability. Even we had done radar test. In most of the cases, what are the utilities underground, we don't know. So this radar test we had done because what we are doing, we are just milling the existing pavement. We are putting concrete pavement on the top. We have to ensure the perfect bond between these 2 different material. To ensure the perfect bond, we have done this radar test. We are doing this radar test after every 2 years. And till date, we had found it out that there is a perfect bond between concrete and asphalt. So these are the results. So conclusion, if we see that for city roads where there is a continuous traffic, where we can't excavate, where we can't close traffic for longer days, in that case, this is the best technology which we can do in urban areas, in city areas, where you can open for payment within 72 hours up to 7 days. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
Due to the time constraint, we have started with the technical presentation. So now I request Engineer Jabir, Vice Chairman, ICA Calicut Center, to give the I request our Honorable Minister Sri Ahammed Deverkovil to be on the stage. I request our keynote speaker, Dr. Vishal R. Tombare, to come on the stage. ICA Chairman, Calicut Chapter, Engineer Shaju. ICA Vice Chairman, Calicut Chapter, Engineer Jabir. Anil Kumar Pillai, Senior General Manager, Technical Services. A. Gopakumar, General Manager, Technical Services, Ramco Cements Limited, on the stage, please. Now I request Engineer Jabir, Vice Chairman, to give the welcome speech.
Most respected Chairman of the function, Engineer Shaju K. Chief Guest of the Day, Honorable Minister Sri Ahammed Deverkovil, and all dignitaries and friends, a very good evening to you all. Indian Concrete Institute is one of the leading professional bodies in India, having more than 13,500 members from 45 regional centers spread across the length and breadth of the country. ICA Calicut Center, inaugurated on 25th September 2015, having around 150 live members from Malappuram, Calicut, Wayanad, Kannur and Kasaragod district, which constitute of practicing engineers from various technocrats associations. We also have 6 students chapter with more than 500 student members. I consider myself very lucky and blessed to have got this golden opportunity to welcome the luminaries to attend this technical session. First of all, I customarily let us wholeheartedly extended a warm welcome to the Chairman of ICA Calicut Center, Engineer Shaju K, on the function. On behalf of all gathering here, let me extend the red carpet welcome to the Chief Guest of the Day, Sri Ahammed Deverkovil, Honorable Minister of Port, Museum, Archaeology and Archives, Government of Kerala, in spite of his busy and hectic schedule. On behalf of ICA Calicut Center, I welcome today's keynote speaker, Dr. Vishal R. Tombare, Executive Engineer, Mumbai Municipal Corporation of Greater Mumbai, who took an excellent presentation topic on modern technology in road concession, ultra-thin white topping, and an overview of Mumbai Coastal Road Project. I hope he will continue next section. Let's extend a cordial welcome to the moderator of this session, Engineer TPM Ashir Ali, and our Honorable Secretary, Engineer Sajid Bhaskar, Engineer Jairam C, Joint Secretary. I also welcome all the executive committee members and members of Indian Concrete Institute, Calicut Center, and other invited guests from various technocrats, association and government organizations. On behalf of ICA Calicut Center, I welcome Engineer Anil Kumar Pillai, Senior General Manager, Technical Service, and Mr. Gopakumar, General Manager, Marketing, Ramco Cement Limited, and entire team of the Ramco Cements Limited. Last but not the least, let us extend a very warm welcome to one and all who made their gracious presence to make this event a successful one. Thank you.
Now requesting Engineer Shaju, Chairman Calicut Center, to give the presidential address.
chief guest of this evening, Honorable Minister for Port, Museum, Archaeology, Shri Ahammed, Deverkovil, keynote speaker, Dr. Vishal, Tombare, executive engineer, Great Mumbai Corporation, Vice Chairman, Engineer T. Jabir, then Secretary, Engineer Sajid Bhaskar, ICA Calicut Center, all other dignitaries on and off the dais, my fellow engineers and ICA members. First of all, I would like to say few words about ICA. നമ്മുടെ വൈസ് ചെയർമാൻ ഓൾറെഡി ICA പറ്റി പറഞ്ഞു എങ്കിൽ പോലും കുറച്ചുകൂടി ഒന്ന് ആഡ് ചെയ്യാനുണ്ട്. കാരണം ICA ഇന്ത്യൻ കോൺക്രീറ്റ് ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂട്ട് 6 സ്റ്റുഡൻറ് സർവീസസ് ആണ് ഈ കാലിക്കറ്റ് സെൻറ്റർ അണ്ടറിലുള്ളത്. അതിൽ 2021-22 വർഷത്തെ നമ്മുടെ ഇന്ത്യയിലെ ബെസ്റ്റ് സ്റ്റുഡൻറ് ചാപ്റ്റേഴ്സ് അവാർഡ് കിട്ടിയിരിക്കുന്നത് ICA കാലിക്കറ്റ് സെൻറ്ററിൽ കീഴിലുള്ള ഗവൺമെൻറ് കോളേജ് ഓഫ് എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് കണ്ണൂർ എന്ന സ്ഥാപനത്തിലെ കോളേജിലെ സ്റ്റുഡൻറ് ചാപ്റ്ററിനാണ്. സോ ഫസ്റ്റ് ഓഫ് ഓൾ, ഗവൺമെൻറ് കോളേജ് ഓഫ് എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് കോളേജിലെ സിവിൽ എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെൻറ്റിലെ ICA സ്റ്റുഡൻറ് ചാപ്റ്ററിനുള്ള എല്ലാ അഭിനന്ദനങ്ങളും ഈ അവസരത്തിൽ അറിയിക്കുകയാണ്. അവരുടെ അവാർഡ് അടുത്ത മാസം സെപ്റ്റംബർ 23-24 ദിവസങ്ങളിൽ ഡൽഹിയിൽ നടക്കുന്ന അസിക്കോൺ എന്ന ഇൻ്റർനാഷണൽ കോൺഫറൻസിൽ വെച്ച് കൊടുക്കുന്നതായിരിക്കും. പിന്നെ ഇന്ത്യൻ കോൺക്രീറ്റ് ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂട്ട് സിവിൽ എഞ്ചിനീയേഴ്സ്, കോൺക്രീറ്റിനെ സ്നേഹിക്കുന്ന അല്ലെങ്കിൽ കോൺക്രീറ്റിൽ വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്ന എല്ലാവർക്കും മെമ്പർഷിപ്പ് എടുക്കാം. പക്ഷേ നമ്മുടെ ഈ ഒരു സെൻറ്ററിൻ്റെ പ്രസക്തി എന്താണെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ അവർക്ക് ലേറ്റസ്റ്റായി വന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന ഇൻഫർമേഷൻസ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ടെക്നോളജിയിൽ വരുന്ന മാറ്റങ്ങൾ അപ്ഡേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടി ഓരോ സെമിനാറുകളും വർക്ക്ഷോപ്പുകളും എക്സിബിഷനുകളും നടത്തി അവർക്ക് വേണ്ട ലേറ്റസ്റ്റ് സാങ്കേതികവിദ്യ എത്തിച്ചു കൊടുക്കുക എന്നതാണ് നമ്മുടെ ഈ സെൻറ്ററിൻ്റെ കർത്തവ്യം. കഴിഞ്ഞ ഈ സെൻറ്റർ തുടങ്ങിയത് 2015 സെപ്റ്റംബർ മാസമാണ്. അതിനുശേഷം ഒരുപാട് പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങൾ നമ്മൾ നടത്തി. എല്ലാ വർഷവും കോൺക്രീറ്റ് ഡേ സെലിബ്രേഷനോടനുബന്ധിച്ച് കെട്ടിട നിർമ്മാതാക്കൾക്കും അല്ലെങ്കിൽ കെട്ടിട പ്രൊഫഷണലുകൾക്കും എല്ലാം അത് ജില്ല തിരിച്ച് അവാർഡുകൾ വിതരണം ചെയ്തു. ഇന്നത്തെ നമ്മുടെ കീനോട്ട് സ്പീക്കർ അദ്ദേഹം ഓൾറെഡി കുറച്ച് ഭാഗം ടെക്നിക്കൽ സെഷൻ നടത്തി. എങ്കിലും ഇനിയും ഒരുപാട് നമുക്ക് കാണാനുണ്ട്. ഈ കോസ്റ്റൽ ഏരിയയിൽ നടക്കുന്ന ഒരുപാട് സ്ലൈഡ്സ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ വിഷ്വൽ പ്രസൻറ്റേഷൻ അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ ഭാഗത്തു നിന്നും ഉണ്ടായിരിക്കും. അദ്ദേഹത്തെ എറണാകുളത്ത് ഒരു പ്രോഗ്രാമിൽ വെച്ച്, അതായത് അദ്ദേഹം ICAയിലെ ഗവേണിംഗ് കൗൺസിലിലെ ഒരു മെമ്പറാണ്. ഒരു സെഷൻ എനിക്ക് അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ സെഷൻ കാണാനിടയായി. അന്ന് ആ സെഷൻ കണ്ട ഉടനെ എനിക്ക് തോന്നി ഈ വ്യക്തിയെ നമ്മുടെ കോഴിക്കോടേക്ക് കൊണ്ടുവരണം, നമ്മുടെ മെമ്പർമാരുടെ മുന്നിൽ അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ ആ പ്രസൻറ്റേഷൻ അവതരിപ്പിക്കണമെന്നും ഉള്ള ആഗ്രഹം കൊണ്ടാണ് ആ ദിവസം തന്നെ അദ്ദേഹത്തോട് പറഞ്ഞു, ഞാൻ നിങ്ങളെ കാലിക്കറ്റിലേക്ക് എത്തിച്ചിരിക്കും. ഇന്ന് അത് യാഥാർത്ഥ്യമായിരിക്കുകയാണ്. താങ്ക് യു സർ ഫോർ കമ്മിങ് ഹിയർ. ഓക്കെ, നമ്മുടെ മിനിസ്റ്റർ വളരെ വൈകി എങ്കിലും എന്താ പറയുക, നമ്മളുടെ ക്ഷണം, കാരണം ഈ കോവിഡ് മഹാമാരി കാരണം നമുക്ക് ഇത്തവണ കഴിഞ്ഞ 2 വർഷങ്ങളായിട്ട് ഒരു മിനിസ്റ്റേഴ്സിനെയോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ MLAമാരെയോ ഒന്നും സ്വീകരണമൊന്നും കൊടുക്കാൻ സാധിച്ചിരുന്നില്ല. ഇന്ന് നമ്മുടെ ക്ഷണം സ്വീകരിച്ച് അദ്ദേഹം ഇവിടെ എത്തുകയും നമ്മുടെ ഈ പ്രോഗ്രാമിനെ വളരെ നല്ല രീതിയിൽ, അതായത് പ്രോഗ്രാമിന് വേണ്ട എല്ലാവിധ സപ്പോർട്ടും നൽകിയ ആ മിനിസ്റ്ററെ ഇവിടെ എത്തിക്കാൻ പരിശ്രമിച്ച എൻ്റെ സുഹൃത്തുക്കൾക്കും പ്രത്യേകം നന്ദി ഞാൻ ഈ അവസരത്തിൽ രേഖപ്പെടുത്തുകയാണ്. ഇത്രയും മാത്രം പറഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ട് എനിക്കറിയാം നിങ്ങൾ മന്ത്രിയുടെ സ്പീച്ച് കേൾക്കാനിരിക്കുകയായിരിക്കും. ഞാൻ ബോറടിപ്പിക്കുന്നില്ല. താങ്ക് യു.
Requesting Engineer Hashir Ali to introduce today's chief guest, Honorable Minister for Port, Museum, Archaeology and Archives, Sri Ahammed Deverkovil.
Engineer Shaju, President of the day, Chief Guest Ahammed Deverkovil, Minister for Ports and Archaeology and Archives, other dignitaries of the stage and dais. മന്ത്രിക്ക് പെട്ടെന്ന് ഒന്ന് പോകേണ്ടതുണ്ട്. അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ മണ്ഡലത്തിലെ ഒരു പോലീസ് ഇൻസ്പെക്ടർ മരിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ അദ്ദേഹം ആ ബോഡി എടുക്കുന്നതിന് മുമ്പ് പോകേണ്ടതുണ്ട്. അതുകൊണ്ട് ഞാൻ ഇൻട്രഡക്ഷൻ എല്ലാവർക്കും അത് മിനിസ്റ്ററെ കുറിച്ച് അറിയാം. എന്നാലും അദ്ദേഹം ഞാനും താമസിക്കുന്നത് ഈ ട്രൈപ്പാൻറ്റിൻ്റെ പിന്നിലാണ് താമസിക്കുന്നത്. അദ്ദേഹം അതുപോലെ മിനിസ്റ്റർ കുറ്റ്യാടിയിലാണ് സ്വദേശം. ജനിച്ചത് 1959 20 വർഷത്തോളം ബോംബെയിലാണ്. അതാണ് മന്ത്രിൻ്റെ ഏറ്റവും വലിയ പ്രത്യേകത. കേന്ദ്രമന്ത്രിമാർ ആര് വന്നാലും അവർ ഇംഗ്ലീഷിൽ സംസാരിക്കാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞില്ലെങ്കിൽ നമ്മൾ അഹമ്മദ് ദേവർകോവിൽ മിനിസ്റ്ററാണ് കേന്ദ്രമന്ത്രിമാർ വന്നാൽ തർജ്ജമ ചെയ്ത് കൊടുക്കാറ്. വിശാൽജി 20 years ഈസ് ഇൻ ബോംബെ. അതുമല്ല അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ വകുപ്പ് കിട്ടിയത് അദ്ദേഹം പോർട്ട് ഹജ്ജുമായിട്ട് ബന്ധപ്പെട്ടായിരുന്നു. അദ്ദേഹം ഒരു ട്രാവൽ സ്ഥാപനം നടത്തുന്നുണ്ട്, റോളക്സ് ടൂർസ് ആൻഡ് ട്രാവൽസ്. അപ്പോൾ അന്ന് ബോംബെയിൽ പോയിട്ടായിരുന്നു ഹജ്ജിന് പോയിരുന്നത്. അപ്പം മുസാഫർ ഖാനിലായിരുന്നു അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ ഡ്യൂട്ടി. അപ്പോൾ ഉറുദു പണ്ഡിറ്റാണ് അദ്ദേഹം. അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ മക്കൾ 2 എൻജിനീയേഴ്സാണ്. ഒരാൾ സിവിൽ എഞ്ചിനീയർ ഉണ്ട്, ഒരു ആർക്കിടെക്റ്റ് ഉണ്ട്. മാത്രമല്ല അദ്ദേഹം എൻജിനീയറിങ്ങുമായിട്ട് നമുക്ക് എങ്ങനെ ബന്ധപ്പെടുത്താമെന്ന് വിചാരിച്ചാൽ അദ്ദേഹം മന്ത്രിയായതിൻ്റെ ശേഷം ആർക്കൈവ്സ് വകുപ്പിൻ്റെ ഭാഗമായിട്ട് ടിപ്പുവിൻ്റെ കോട്ട 130ഓളം വർഷമായിട്ട് കോഴിക്കോട് ടിപ്പു സുൽത്താൻ്റെ കോട്ട ഉണ്ടോ എന്ന് രാജീവ് ഗാന്ധി 1985 ഇവിടെ വന്നപ്പോൾ വേർ ഈസ് ഫറൂഖാബാദ് എന്ന് ചോദിച്ചു. ഇവിടുത്തെ ഹിസ്റ്റോറിയൻസിനോടൊക്കെ ചോദിച്ചു വേർ ഈസ് ഫറൂഖാബാദ്. അപ്പോൾ ഒറ്റ ആൾക്കും അറിയില്ല. കാരണം ടിപ്പുവിൻ്റെ ആ ഫോർട്ട് നിൽക്കുന്ന ഭാഗം ഒരു സ്വകാര്യ വ്യക്തി കൈവശപ്പെടുത്തിയിരുന്നു. ഇദ്ദേഹം മന്ത്രിയായതിൻ്റെ ശേഷം അത് വീണ്ടെടുത്തു. ഇപ്പോൾ ആ കോട്ട റിനോവേറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് വെച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. അത് മാത്രമല്ല ആർക്കൈവ്സിൽ കുറേ ഭാഗങ്ങൾ വെച്ച് സ്വകാര്യ വ്യക്തിനോട് വാങ്ങി ഇപ്പം പൊതുജനങ്ങൾക്ക് വരെ. ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞത് ഞങ്ങളെ സിവിൽ എഞ്ചിനീയേഴ്സ് എന്തായാലും അവിടെ ആ കോട്ട സന്ദർശിക്കേണ്ട. അന്നത്തെ പഴയ ആ കാലത്ത് ആ കോട്ടൻ്റെ നിർമ്മിതി കാണേണ്ടതുണ്ട്. ഒറ്റ ലാറ്ററൈറ്റ് സ്റ്റോണിൽ കാവ് ചെയ്തെടുത്ത ഫോർട്ട് നിങ്ങൾ കാണേണ്ടതാണ്. അതുപോലെ മന്ത്രി അതിന് ശേഷം അദ്ദേഹം നിരവധി കാര്യങ്ങൾ കോഴിക്കോടിന് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. നമുക്കൊരു ഏറ്റവും വലിയ കൺസ്ട്രക്ഷൻ ഏതാണെന്ന് നടക്കുന്നത് വെച്ചാൽ വല്ലാർപാടൽ കണ്ടെയ്നർ ടെർമിനൽ. ഇപ്പോൾ ULCCൻ്റെ ആൾക്കാരുണ്ടായിരുന്നു, മന്ത്രിനെ കാണണമെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു. ആ വല്ലാർപാടം കണ്ടെയ്നർ ടെർമിനലൊക്കെ വരുന്നത് അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ പോർട്ട്ഫോളിയോയിലാണ്. അപ്പോൾ മന്ത്രി സിവിൽ എഞ്ചിനീയേഴ്സായിട്ട് നിരന്തരം ബന്ധപ്പെടുന്നുണ്ട്. ഇപ്പം തന്നെ ഞങ്ങൾ ലിഫ്റ്റിൽ വരുമ്പോൾ തന്നെ പല എഞ്ചിനീയേഴ്സിനും മന്ത്രി റെക്കഗ്നൈസ് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ കൂടുതലായി ഒന്നും സംസാരിക്കുന്നില്ല. അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ പേര് 1-2 ആൾക്കാർ ചോദിച്ചു. ദേവർകോവിൽ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാലും അവർ തമിഴ് പേരിൽ ആണ് പൊതുവേ. പക്ഷെ അത് കുറ്റ്യാടിക്ക് അടുത്തുള്ള ഒരു സ്ഥലമാണ്. ബാക്കി മന്ത്രി പറയും, പലരും ചോദിക്കും എപ്പോഴും എന്താണ് ദേവർകോവിൽ എന്നുള്ളത്. അതിൽ ക്ഷേത്രം ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു എന്നാണ് ഞാൻ മനസ്സിലാക്കുന്നത് കുറ്റ്യാടീൻ്റെ അടുത്ത്. അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് പിന്നെ വേറൊരു സംഗതി ഈ അടുത്ത് നിങ്ങൾ ആർക്കൈവ്സിൻ്റെ ഇതിൽ വായിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടാവും. ഈ പഴയ കൊടക്കല്ലുകളൊക്കെ റിനോവേറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് കൊണ്ടുവരുന്ന ഒരു സംഗതി അദ്ദേഹം ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഞാൻ ഈ സിവിൽ എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് കണക്റ്റഡ് ടേംസ് മാത്രമേ ഇവിടെ പറയുന്നുള്ളൂ. അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ വകുപ്പുമായി ആർക്കിയോളജി, ആർക്കൈവ്സ്, അതേമാതിരി പോർട്ടിൽ കൂടുതലൊന്നും സംസാരിക്കുന്നില്ല. മന്ത്രിക്ക് പെട്ടെന്ന് പോകേണ്ടതുകൊണ്ട് ഈ പരിപാടിയിലേക്ക് അദ്ദേഹത്തെ വീണ്ടും ഒരിക്കൽ കൂടി സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്യുന്നു.
Requesting Minister give the address.
സ്റ്റേജിൽ ഉപവിഷ്ടരായ വിശിഷ്ട വ്യക്തിത്വങ്ങളെ, ഇന്ത്യൻ കോൺക്രീറ്റ് ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂട്ട് കാലിക്കറ്റ് സെൻറ്ററിൻ്റെ മെമ്പർമാരായ പ്രിയ സുഹൃത്തുക്കളെ, കുറേ സമയം നിങ്ങളോടൊപ്പം ചിലവഴിക്കണം എന്ന ആഗ്രഹമുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അവിചാരിതമായ ചില അടിയന്തര വിഷയങ്ങൾ വന്നു ചേർന്നതുകൊണ്ട് എത്തിയതും അല്പം വൈകിയാണ്. വളരെ പെട്ടെന്ന് പോകേണ്ടതുമുള്ളത് കൊണ്ടാണ് 2 വാക്കിൽ ഒതുക്കി പിരിയണം എന്നാഗ്രഹിക്കുന്നത്. ഇന്ത്യൻ കോൺക്രീറ്റ് ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂട്ട് കാലിക്കറ്റ് സെൻറ്ററിൻ്റെ ആഭിമുഖ്യത്തിൽ സംഘടിപ്പിക്കപ്പെട്ട ടെക്നിക്കൽ സെമിനാറിൻ്റെ വേദിയിലാണ് നാം ഇപ്പോൾ സന്നിഹിതരായിരിക്കുന്നത്. കഴിഞ്ഞ 4 പതിറ്റാണ്ട് കാലം മദ്രാസ് IITയിൽ സ്ഥാപിതമായ ഇന്ത്യൻ കോൺക്രീറ്റ് ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂട്ട് എന്ന സ്ഥാപനം കോൺക്രീറ്റ് സാങ്കേതിക വിദഗ്ധരുടെ പ്രധാന സംഘടനയാണെന്നാണ് ഞാൻ മനസ്സിലാക്കിയിട്ടുള്ളത്. ഇന്ത്യൻ കോൺക്രീറ്റ് ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂട്ടിൻ്റെ രാജ്യത്തുടനീളമുള്ള 44 റീജിയണൽ കേന്ദ്രങ്ങളിലൊന്നായ കോഴിക്കോട് സെൻറ്ററിൻ്റെ പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങൾ വളരെ പ്രശംസനീയമായി നടക്കുന്നു എന്നാണ് ഞാൻ മനസ്സിലാക്കിയിട്ടുള്ളത്. വ്യവസായ മേധാവികൾ, സിമൻറ്റ് നിർമ്മാതാക്കൾ, സിവിൽ എഞ്ചിനീയർമാർ, കോളേജ് അധ്യാപകർ, വിദ്യാഭ്യാസ സ്ഥാപനങ്ങൾ, ഗവേഷണ ശാസ്ത്രജ്ഞർ തുടങ്ങി വിദഗ്ധരുടെ കൂട്ടായ്മയാണ് IC പ്രതിനിധീകരിക്കുന്നത് എന്ന് ഞാൻ മനസ്സിലാക്കുന്നു. എല്ലാ മേഖലകളിലും കാലാനുസൃതമായ മാറ്റങ്ങളും പരിഷ്കാരങ്ങളും ഉണ്ടാകാറുണ്ട്. മാറ്റങ്ങളെ ഉൾക്കൊള്ളുക എന്നതാണ് ഏതൊരു മുന്നേറ്റത്തിൻ്റെയും അടിസ്ഥാന ശില എന്ന് നമുക്കറിയാം. എല്ലാം അറിയുമെന്ന സർവജ്ഞാനൻ എന്ന ഭാവം പലപ്പോഴും അപകടങ്ങളിലും പരാജയങ്ങളിലും നമ്മെ കൊണ്ടെത്തിക്കാറുണ്ട്. അത്തരം ഘട്ടങ്ങളിൽ നമുക്ക് ദിശാബോധം നൽകാൻ ഇത്തരം സംഘടനകൾക്ക് സാധിക്കുമെന്ന കാര്യത്തിൽ യാതൊരു സംശയവുമില്ല. അത്തരം ദുരന്തങ്ങളിൽ നാം അകപ്പെടാതിരിക്കാനുള്ള പരിശീലനവും ബോധവൽക്കരണവുമാണ് IC നിങ്ങൾക്ക് സംവിധാനിക്കുന്നത് എന്നും ഞാൻ മനസ്സിലാക്കുന്നു. കോൺക്രീറ്റ് നിർമ്മാണത്തിൻ്റെ ഗുണനിലവാരം മെച്ചപ്പെടുത്തുന്നതിന് കോൺക്രീറ്റ് സാങ്കേതിക വിദഗ്ധരെ കൊണ്ട് പ്രസക്തമായ വിഷയങ്ങൾ സംഘടിപ്പിക്കുന്ന ഈ സെമിനാറിന് സർവ്വവിധ ഭാവുകങ്ങളും നേരുകയാണ്. അതോടൊപ്പം തന്നെ നമ്മുടെ സംസ്ഥാനം നേരിടുന്ന ഗുരുതരമായ പ്രശ്നങ്ങളിൽ ഒന്നാണ് ഈ നമ്മുടെ റോഡിനകത്ത് പലപ്പോഴും വരുന്ന കുഴികളും അതുപോലെയുള്ള പ്രശ്നങ്ങളും നമുക്കറിയാം. നമ്മുടെ പാലങ്ങളിൽ പോലും പലപ്പോഴും കുഴികൾ പ്രത്യക്ഷപ്പെടാറുണ്ട്. ഇതിനെക്കുറിച്ച് നമ്മൾ പലപ്പോഴും ചർച്ചകൾ ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ ഗവൺമെൻറ്റിൻ്റെ ഭാഗത്ത് നിന്ന് ഞങ്ങൾ സംസാരിക്കുമ്പോൾ കോൺട്രാക്ടേഴ്സിൻ്റെ ഭാഗത്ത് നിന്ന് സംസാരിക്കുമ്പോൾ ചിലപ്പോൾ ഗവൺമെൻറ് ഉദ്യോഗസ്ഥരെയും ഒക്കെ പഴിചാരി രക്ഷപ്പെടാറുള്ളതെങ്കിലും ആ യാഥാർത്ഥ്യങ്ങളെ നമുക്ക് അഭിമുഖീകരിക്കേണ്ടതായിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഏറ്റവും പുതിയ ടെക്നോളജികൾ യൂസ് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടുള്ള പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങളിൽ കൂടെ മാത്രമേ നമുക്ക് മുന്നോട്ട് പോകാൻ കഴിയൂ എന്നത് ഒരു വസ്തുതയാണ്. ഞാൻ പണ്ട് പഠിച്ചത് മാത്രമേ പ്രാവർത്തികമാക്കൂ എന്ന് ആരെങ്കിലും പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഒരുപക്ഷെ അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ ഭ്രാന്തൻ എന്ന് നമുക്ക് വിളിക്കേണ്ടതായിട്ട് വരും. കാലികമായ മാറ്റങ്ങൾ ഉൾക്കൊള്ളാതെ ഒരു സംഘടനയ്ക്കും അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു പ്രസ്ഥാനത്തിനും മുന്നോട്ട് പോകാൻ കഴിയില്ല എന്നൊരു യാഥാർത്ഥ്യമാണ്. പലപ്പോഴും വിദേശ രാജ്യങ്ങളിലൊക്കെ യാത്ര ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ നമുക്കറിയാം അവിടെയുള്ള റോഡ് പ്രദേശത്തെ റോഡ് വർക്കുകളും പലപ്പോഴും നമ്മൾ താരതമ്യം ചെയ്യാറുണ്ട്. ഒരു റോഡ് വർക്ക് നടക്കുമ്പോൾ യാതൊരുവിധ ട്രാഫിക് കഞ്ചക്ഷനും ഇല്ലാതെ ബദൽ സംവിധാനത്തിലൂടെ വാഹനങ്ങൾ കടത്തിവിടുന്ന സംവിധാനങ്ങളാണ് വിദേശ രാഷ്ട്രങ്ങളിൽ പലപ്പോഴും നമ്മൾ കണ്ടുവരുന്നത്. അതുപോലത്തെ റോഡ് വർക്ക് നടക്കുമ്പോൾ വളരെ ഫാസ്റ്റായിട്ട് അതിൻ്റെ അനുബന്ധ ഉപകരണങ്ങളൊക്കെയും 1 by 1 അണിനിരന്നുകൊണ്ട് വളരെ ഭംഗിയായി തന്നെ ആ വർക്ക് ചെയ്തു പോകുന്നത് പല വിദേശ രാഷ്ട്രങ്ങളിൽ നമുക്ക് കാണാൻ വേണ്ടി സാധിക്കാറുണ്ട്. നമ്മുടെ പ്രധാന പട്ടണമായ ബോംബെയിൽ പലപ്പോഴൊക്കെ അത് ദർശിക്കാനുള്ള അവസരം എനിക്ക് ലഭിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. എന്തുകൊണ്ട് നമ്മുടെ കേരളത്തിൽ ഇത് പ്രാവർത്തികമാകുന്നില്ല എന്ന് പലപ്പോഴും ഞാൻ ചിന്തിക്കാറുണ്ട്. സ്വാഭാവികമായും വളരെ അഭ്യസ്തവിദ്യരായ ആളുകൾ ഉള്ള എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് മേഖലയിൽ വൈദഗ്ധ്യമുള്ള ഒരുപാട് എഞ്ചിനീയർമാരുള്ള ഒരുപക്ഷെ ആവശ്യത്തിലധികം എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് കോളേജുകളുള്ള ഒരു സംസ്ഥാനമാണ് കേരളം എന്നതാണ് സത്യം. പക്ഷേ എന്തുകൊണ്ടോ ആ എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് കോളേജിൽ പോലും ആവശ്യമായത്ര എഞ്ചിനീയർമാർ പഠിക്കാൻ വരുന്നില്ല എന്നത് മറ്റൊരു യാഥാർത്ഥ്യമാണ്. എന്തോ ഒരു കുറവ്, ഒരു ക്വാളിറ്റിയുടെ കുറവ് നമ്മുടെ വർക്കുകളിലും അതുപോലെ നമ്മുടെ കോളേജുകളിലും ഒക്കെ ഉണ്ടോ എന്നത് സംശയിക്കേണ്ട ഒരു യാഥാർത്ഥ്യം തന്നെയാണ്. എങ്കിലും കാലികമായ മാറ്റങ്ങളെ ഉൾക്കൊള്ളാൻ, പുതിയ ടെക്നോളജികളെ ഉൾക്കൊള്ളാൻ അനുബന്ധമായ രീതിയിൽ ഇതുപോലുള്ള സെമിനാറുകൾ സംഘടിപ്പിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് അംഗങ്ങൾക്കിടയിൽ അവഗാഹമുണ്ടാക്കാനുള്ള ഈ സംഘടന ശ്രമങ്ങളെ എന്തുകൊണ്ടും ഞാൻ ശ്ലാഘിക്കാൻ ഈ അവസരം ഉപയോഗപ്പെടുത്തുകയാണ്. ദീർഘമായി സംസാരിക്കുന്നില്ല. നിങ്ങളുടെ ഏറ്റവും നല്ല വൈദഗ്ധ്യം തന്നെയാണ് ഗവൺമെൻറ്റിന് ആവശ്യമുള്ളത്. സ്വാഭാവികമായും കേരള ഗവൺമെൻറ്റിൻ്റെ സർവ്വവിധ പിന്തുണകളും ഇതിനെ അർപ്പിക്കാൻ ഈ അവസരം ഞാൻ ഉപയോഗപ്പെടുത്തുകയാണ്. ബോംബെ പോലെയുള്ള മഹാനഗരങ്ങളിൽ പ്രവർത്തിച്ച് പരിചയമുള്ള ഇവരുടെയൊക്കെ അനുഭവ പരിജ്ഞാനം നമുക്ക് ഉപയോഗപ്പെടുത്താൻ സാധിക്കേണ്ടതായിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഞാൻ പലപ്പോഴും ചിന്തിക്കാറുണ്ട് ബോംബെയിലെ ഗട്ടറുകളെക്കുറിച്ച്. എത്ര വലിയ വെള്ളങ്ങൾ വന്നാലും പലപ്പോഴും ബോംബെയിലെ ഗട്ടറുകളിൽ വലിയ വെള്ളപ്പൊക്കം ഉണ്ടാകാറില്ല. സമീപകാലത്ത് ചില ഗല്ലികളുണ്ടായി എന്ന് ഒഴിച്ചു നിർത്തിയാൽ നമുക്ക് അത്രമാത്രം ആഴത്തിലുള്ള ഗട്ടറുകളാണ് ബോംബെയിലുള്ളത്. നമ്മുടെ കോഴിക്കോട്ടൊക്കെ അങ്ങനത്തെ ഒരു ഗട്ടർ പോലും കാണാൻ കഴിയില്ല എന്നതാണ് വസ്തുത. സ്വാഭാവികമായും പറ്റാവുന്നത്ര ഡീപ്പായി ഗട്ടറുകൾ നിർമ്മിക്കാൻ സാധിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ നമുക്ക് ഈ നമ്മുടെ പുറത്തുള്ള ഈ കഞ്ചഷനുള്ള ഈ റോഡുകളിൽ അധിക സ്ഥലം ഉപയോഗിക്കാതെ തന്നെ അതിനെ ഉപയോഗപ്പെടുത്താൻ നമുക്ക് സാധിക്കും. ആ ടെക്നോളജിയെക്കുറിച്ചൊക്കെ പലപ്പോഴും നമ്മൾ ചിന്തിക്കാറില്ല. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ഈ വെള്ളങ്ങളൊക്കെ എങ്ങോട്ടാണ് ഒഴുകി പോകുന്നതിനെക്കുറിച്ചും കോഴിക്കോടിനെ സംബന്ധിച്ചിടത്തോളം ഏറ്റവും ഗൗരവമായ പ്രശ്നം നമ്മുടെ സിറ്റിക്കകത്തുള്ള വെള്ളപ്പൊക്കം തന്നെയാണ്. നമ്മൾ പ്രധാനമായും ഇവിടെയുള്ള വെള്ളത്തെ ഒഴുകിക്കൊണ്ടുപോകുന്നത് ഒന്നുകിൽ കനോലി കനാലേക്കായിരിക്കും അല്ലെങ്കിൽ കടലിലേക്കായിരിക്കും. കടലിൽ നിന്ന് കടൽക്ഷോഭം മൂലം വെള്ളം ഇങ്ങോട്ട് വരും. കനാലിൽ പലപ്പോഴും നിറഞ്ഞിട്ട് വെള്ളം അവിടുന്ന് നമ്മുടെ പട്ടണത്തെ ഇങ്ങോട്ട് കടന്നു വരുന്ന സ്ഥിതി വരും. അങ്ങനെ വരുമ്പോൾ ഈ വെള്ളപ്പൊക്കത്തെ നിയന്ത്രിക്കാൻ ഒരു സംവിധാനമില്ലാത്ത അവസ്ഥയാണ് നമ്മുടെ കോഴിക്കോട് പട്ടണത്തിലുള്ളത്. നമ്മൾ ഡ്രെയിനേജുകൾ എടുത്ത് പരിശോധിച്ചാൽ നമുക്കറിയാം, പല ഡ്രെയിനേജുകളും ഏതോ കാലത്ത് ഉണ്ടാക്കിയതായത് കൊണ്ട് തന്നെ ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒരു അതിർത്തിയിൽ നിന്ന് മറ്റൊരു അതിര് വരെ എങ്ങനെ വെള്ളം കടത്താം എന്നതിലുപരി ഒരു പ്ലാനിങ്ങോടുകൂടി, ഒരു മാസ്റ്റർ പ്ലാനിങ്ങോടുകൂടി സിറ്റിയിലെ വെള്ളക്കെട്ടത്തിന് പരിഹാരം എന്ത് എന്നൊരു ഉത്തരം കണ്ടെത്താൻ ഈ കാലമത്രയും നമുക്ക് സാധിച്ചിട്ടില്ല എന്നത് ഒരു വസ്തുതയാണ്. അതോടൊപ്പം തന്നെ വലിയ രീതിയിൽ വെള്ളം സംഭരിക്കാൻ കഴിവുണ്ടായിരുന്ന നമ്മുടെ കല്ലായിപ്പുഴ, ആ കല്ലായിപ്പുഴ പരിപൂർണമായും നമുക്ക് അറിയാം മണ്ണും ചെളിയും മരങ്ങളും ഒക്കെ വന്ന് കുന്നുകൂടി കിടക്കുന്നത് കൊണ്ട് തന്നെ അവിടെ വെള്ളം കൂടുതൽ ഉൾക്കൊള്ളാൻ പറ്റാത്ത സാഹചര്യത്തിലാണ് കനാൽ ഈ വലിയ രീതിയിൽ വെള്ളം പൊന്തി വരുന്നത് എന്ന കാര്യം നമുക്കറിയാം. സ്വാഭാവികമായും ഇത്തരം രംഗങ്ങളിലൊക്കെ പുതിയ ടെക്നോളജി ഉപയോഗിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് എങ്ങനെ പ്രാവർത്തികമാക്കാമെന്നതിനെക്കുറിച്ച് ചർച്ചകൾ ഉയർന്നു വരട്ടെ എന്നുകൂടി ആശംസിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ഈ മഹത്തായ പരിപാടിയുടെ ഔപചാരിക ഉദ്ഘാടനങ്ങൾ നിർവഹിച്ച് അറിയിച്ച് ഞാൻ അവസാനിപ്പിക്കുന്നു. നന്ദി, നമസ്കാരം.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Chairman ICI Calicut Chapter Engineer Shaju and Mr. A. Gopakumar, General Manager Marketing, to give memento to Minister. Now I request our keynote speaker to continue the session.
Coastal, second. Yeah, now we are in the next part. Sorry, first presentation was it was T20 match. Now we'll see into this detail. Okay. The second session is about an overview of Mumbai Coastal Road project. As we all know that in India there are various infrastructure projects going on, whether it's roads, whether it's bridges, then ceilings, metros, monorails. So there are various projects going on all over India. So as a civil engineer, we should know what is going on all around. So one of the project in Mumbai, which is talk of the town, is nothing but it is Mumbai Coastal Road project. I will just introduce this project, how it was formulated, what are the different contractors, what are the different project managers, and how it is functioning. So in the year 2011, a joint technical committee was formed consisting of municipal commissioners, IIT professors. They had studied to decongest, as we all know that, now I will talk only about Mumbai, to decongest Mumbai traffic, because during peak hours it's very difficult to reach some destination at particular time. So there are various alternatives studied, and one alternative was Mumbai Coastal Road project. So this committee had studied in length and depth. They had come with their joint technical report. They had given various alternatives, and on this alternative we had appointed or we had prepared a detailed project report, which we normally call as DPR, with international consultant. So the the alignment which starts from Marine Drive, Nariman Point, and it goes up to Kandivali. The total length of this project is 29 kilometers. This project is divided into two phases, phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 1 starts from Marine Drive and it joins the existing Bandra-Worli ceiling. This is phase 1. Phase 2 starts from Bandra-Worli ceiling and it goes up to Kandivali. So these are the two phases where detailed project report was prepared. We had invited tender for phase 1. Now whatever Mumbai Municipal Corporation is working, we are working on phase 1, which is from Marine Drive to Bandra-Worli ceiling. So we are calling it south path and north path. Now we are addressing towards south path. So this is the alignment which starts from Marine Drive and it joins existing Bandra-Worli ceiling. This is the 3D view of that particular alignment. In between we are having these interchanges at different locations. Means from coastal road if you want to come to regular road, or from regular road if you want to go to coastal road. So these are the interchanges which we can use and go to our destination. Now these are the different studies which were carried during the planning stage. First, analysis of alternative alignment. We had studied we had studied about 8 alignment, different alignment, and these 8 alignment were studied in detail. Out of these 8 alignment, 1 alignment was selected. Impact on roadside trees, because environment environment says that we should not harm trees because they provide oxygen and various other advantages of trees are there. Impact on religious heritage structures. Mumbai is having various heritage structures. There are very religious structures in and around Mumbai. So that detailed study was done. Sea level rise and natural drainage pattern. This is engineering thing which we had appointed Indian oceanography engineers which is located in Goa. Their offices are located in Goa. Their scientists came. They had studied last 100 years what was the maximum sea level during last 100 years. So accordingly they had guided us in preparing our RFP ready for proposal. Analysis of alternative materials for embankment construction. Since the project was huge, so we have to use the local available material to reduce the cost of construction without affecting the quality of construction. Road safety and safety during construction and operation of road. So a detailed project report was prepared by the consultant on road safety. Effect of climatic changes based on predicted sea levels rise and storms. So what would be the changes when we construct this coastal road near the sea or in the sea? So all this detailed study was done and accordingly precautions were taken. Now salient feature of this project, this particular project consists of everything. It consists of bridges, it consists of roads, it consists of tunnels, it consists of reclamation, it consists of gardens. So if any, it's a dream project basically for any civil engineer. If he is working on this project, he will get all this experience under one roof. So there are landfill roads, there are bridges, tunnels, road on still or mangroves area, interchanges, culverts, pedestrian underpass and foot-over bridges. So all parts are covered under one project. Now we'll that was for entire project 29.5 kilometers. Now we'll concentrate on south portion, which we had already invited tender and work is in progress. So we are having a total length of 9.98 kilometers. Now it has been increased up to 10.58 kilometer linear. Linear length is 10.58 kilometers. If we consider all interchanges, then it is more than 20. Exactly, it's 25.9 kilometers. We are having twin tunnels. The tunnel starts from Marine Drive and it comes near PNC Road, near Priyadarshini Park. The diameter of these two tunnels are 12.19 meters, which is highest diameter in India as far as road tunnel is considered. Length of tunnel is 3.45 kilometer each. Reclamation area 96.51 hectares. This was before starting the project. Once we had started our project, I had purposely not changed the figure, because before starting, what were the figures? During construction, what are the figures? So during construction, we came across various challenges. Now we are reclaiming about 111 hectares into the sea. Green space 50.02 hectares. Now the green space is 70 hectares. Green space what? We are not in Mumbai, we are not having open space for Mumbaikars to go spend their time, relax. So there is no open space. So we are creating open space for citizens of Mumbai, about 70 hectares. Such huge open space we are creating. It will be total green. There will be no commercial, no shops, no eatable items. Only there will be facilities for citizens. They can sit, they can walk, they can jog, they can have cycle track, they can enjoy sitting there. Number of lanes 4+4, and there are 3 interchanges. So these are the salient features of Mumbai Coastal Road project, south portion. Of course, traffic density plays very, very important role, whether it is a road project, whether it is an coastal road project. So traffic study was done at every junction, and traffic was calculated what would be expected traffic in the year 2034. Means for number of years we had studied the traffic, and accordingly the road has been designed, according the project has been designed. Since it is into the sea, so to protect the sea from waves, we are constructing seawall. The length of seawall is 7.47 kilometers with an average height of 8 meters. Such a huge seawall we are constructing on this particular project. Massive reclamation up to 111 hectares. We are doing this massive reclamation into the sea. Then this reclamation, proper gradation has been done, and this gradation has been strictly followed while doing this reclamation. This is the typical cross section of seawall. There you can see the reclamation, and this is the core of your seawall. We are putting on the sea side. We are putting armor rocks. Previously there were tetrapods which are made of concrete. Now we are using natural stones, armor rock. The weight of each stone varies from 1 ton to 5 tons. Such heavy rocks we are putting, so that the energy of sea waves is dissipated into these rocks. Whatever we are designing for 100 years. Every structure is designed for 100 years. So this is a sustainable project. We have kept in mind sustainability. For each and every project, we have to take some government NOCs. So and it takes time for taking this no objection certificate from various government department. What we had done, before inviting tender, we had taken all these NOCs, so that once the work is start, the contractor does not waste time in taking NOCs from various government departments. So before inviting tender, we had taken all these NOCs from Maharashtra Coastal Road Regulation Authority, MCZMA, MOEF, then Commissioner of Fishery, since we are constructing into the sea. Then Mumbai Heritage Conversion Committee. There are number of heritage structures in and around Mumbai. Then Indian Navy is there in Kulaba. Mumbai Port Trust, Coast Guard, Harbour Engineering, Maharashtra Maritime Board. So total we had taken 17 NOCs before inviting tender. Now we had divided into there previously before inviting there were 4 packages, but looking to the size of package we had clubbed one package into another. So there are now 3 packages. Now third package has been clubbed into 4 package. So these Mumbai Coastal Road project packages, package 1, package 2 and package 4. These are the various contractors which we had appointed for this project. For package 4 and package 1 we had appointed Larsen and Toubro L&T, and for package 2 we had appointed Hindustan Construction Company SCC in JV with HDC, Hyundai Development Company. Each package having one contractor, and for each package we are having one project management consultant. For 3 packages there are 3 project management consultants, and above these 3 project management consultant there is general consultant. So this is and above general consultant we are the clients, Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation. So this is the chain of this for this particular project. Project management consultant is responsible for day-to-day quality control, quality assurance, everything day-to-day work. He has to look into it. If any specific sanction is to be taken, he has to go to general consultant. They study. Contractor goes to PMC, project management consultant. PMC goes to general consultant, and then they submit the proposal to client, to BMC, and then we approve. This is basically an EPC project. In this project, we had given only parameters. We have not mentioned any BOQ in this project. Means contractor is free to use any technology, contractor is free to use any material, provided that he should not divert with the parameters. So we had given some clause. If the contractor finishes his contract within time limit or before time limit, then he get bonus. If it exceeds time limit, then there is a penalty clause. So it's free to contractor to bring any technology. That technology is studied by project management consultant. He submit reports again to GC, and finally it is approved by client BMC. So the project management for this project is, one is USIN Engineering, Tech 4. For package 1 is Louis Berger, and for package 2 is Aegis India Consulting Engineer with Gourmet from UK. And above there is a general consultant, ACOM Asia Private Limited. It's an American based company. These are all international consultants. Now this is the time period we had started this project in the year 2018. But as we know, whenever we do larger projects, so there are some PILs filed by public. So we had lost 9 months dealing with this PIL, and finally Supreme Court has given green signal to start the work or continue the work. So now the dates has been changed. The schedule for completion date was 7th July. Now it is 23rd November 2023. Now package wise, we will just see. In package 4, the length of that particular package is 4.05 kilometers. It consists of cut and cover, it consists of bore tunnel, it consists of sea wall, it consists of reclamation, promenade, cantilever. So various points, various items are there, and the quantity is, you can see the quantity of each item in case of package 4. This is 3D view of package 4. We are having twin tunnel, one tunnel that coming towards South Mumbai and another tunnel going towards North Mumbai. Whenever the traffic comes out of this tunnel, we are going to provide transparent cover, so that whatever people staying there, the sea view is not affected due to this structure. Now, as I said that the diameter of tunnel is 12.19 meter. This is a twin road tunnel with having an internal diameter is 11, external diameter is 12.19. For the first time in India, we are using Sakado system of ventilation. Normally in tunnel there are ventilators at every equidistance, but in this we had provided Sakado system. There will be one machine at one end, and from that end a whole fresh air will be passed. So there will be number of fans will be reduced, and it is a proven technology outside country, but in our country we are using for the first time. And there are two tunnels, and we had provided cross passages for connecting these two tunnels. If any accident occurs, then citizens can move from one tunnel to another tunnel immediately. In addition to that, we had provided SCADA system. We are going to provide cameras at equidistance. We'll be having one control room 24/7, so that any unforeseen incident happens, immediately we can give help, and we can evacuate the tunnel. So all precautions has been taken. This is package 1. The length of package 1 is 3.82 kilometers. This package 1 starts when the tunnel ends. After that, there are reclamations. There are interchanges. This package consists of two interchanges, one at Amarsan Garden and one at Haji Ali. Plus, they are having two underground car parking. So below there will be two level of underground car parking. Above there will be beautiful garden, and below that garden there will be two level car parking. So these are the details of package 1. They are having interchanges, then they are having pedestrian underpass, then cross drainage, bus bay. We are providing bus bay at equidistance. This whenever the bus will come, it will come inside and then it will go out. It will not block the existing pavement, existing carriageway. And these are the slots of car parking. In package 1, we are going to provide approximately 1460 slots. This is the view of Amarsan Garden, interchange at Amarsan Garden. This portion, this is the C portion. We are converting this C portion into beautiful garden. This is the interchange at Haji Ali. There will be 3 levels of bridges at Haji Ali interchanges. Now I had just mentioned the span. What are the different span on for this project? Bridge span. For the span in meters 28 to 30, there are 7, 45 to 57, 50 to 55, 12, and 60 meter. With request of fishermen for navigation of, there are small boats which normally they go for fishing. For navigation, we had given a distance between 2 piers at 60 meters. Now, as per arms. Now this is the last package, package 2. The length of this package is 2.71 kilometers. This package is having one interchange, which is at Worli Sea Face. This package will be having jetty, temporary jetty. These are the details of this particular package. This is having bridge, then they are having outfall, then connectors, pedestrian underpass, cross drain, bus base, seawall and promenade. It is common for all car parking. Again, this package is having 2 car parks. The total car parks will be around about 400. Again, it will be below the garden, 2 levels. This is the top view, 3D view. This is the interchange, and finally it is going to connect existing Bandravali ceiling. You can see bus depot over there. This is another view. Again, this is the distance between the span. This is the cross section of this particular project. We are having central median. The width of this central median is 11 meters. Then lane, as per IRC, we are providing per lane 3.5 meters. Then shoulder will be provided, and there will be green buffer on both the sides. Green buffer means we are going to plant many trees. This is another cross section of promenade. There will be a cantilever promenade at Marine Drive. This is cross section above reclamation. This is again cross section of two-level car parking, where around about 2,000 cars will be parked in this particular project. For environment, 24/7, we had inserted instruments for detecting noise level, what decibels should be there. So as per MOEF, we are maintaining the noise level within the permissible limit. Air quality, for air quality, again some instruments are there. Contractor has deployed special team to see all these environmental things. Noise barriers are there. These are all the instruments which we had kept, and these are monitored 24/7 by contractor as well as by project management consultant. And every month they are submitting report to client BMC. Now these are some of the photographs during construction. This is Princess Street flyover, and just 200 behind our coastal road starts. These are all the practical photographs. This is the reclamation which is in process. We had allowed RMC plant on this reclaim portion, so that our progress is very fast. Secondly, in this project, first time in India, we are going to use monopile. Normally, we are casting 3 to 4 piles. On these 3 to 4 piles, group of piles, we are having one pier cap, and on that pier cap, we are having pier. So, monopile, what does it indicates? Right from bottom up to top, there is only a single pile, monopile. So your cost is also reduced, your time is reduced, and your progress is very fast. So first time in India, we had introduced monopile. So again, these are all the site photographs. We are also providing geotextiles at every location, so that whatever finds are there in reclamation, it is not going into the sea. Last two slides. These are the different project benefits. Better commuting facility for citizens. So all the whatever congestion is there on Pedder Road, on Haji Ali, Worli Sea Face, all this traffic will be decongested. All this traffic will move to Coastal Road. Access to improve health and educational facilities. People can reach their destination at very fast. Improved air quality due to reduction in traffic congestion. As we all know, whenever traffic moves slow, the CO emits and your air gets polluted. So the main important thing is that on this particular stretch, there will be no signal, and there will be no toll. So there will be no traffic jam on this particular project. Strengthening of economy by ease of transportation of various material of daily use. We are using all local materials available. We are not importing from outside. So cost is within the limit. Plus transportation is done with barges. Some transportation is done through road. Some transportation is done through sea. So we had built some temporary jetties at various packages. generation of employment. So many people, engineers and many workers, they are working on this particular project. Provide coastal erosion by providing sea walls and protect against storm surge and floods. Due to this sea wall, this has been taken care, and this has been studied by NIO, National Institution of Oceanography. Landscape area with kids play, public toilets and other facilities. So these are the various project benefits which will be enjoyed by citizens. Amenities. These are the few amenities which we are providing on this project. Underground car parking. We are providing approximately 2,000 car parks. Number of public underpasses. There are 14 number of public underpasses from one end to another end to take buses or to go to promenade. So they can, public citizens can go through this underpass without crossing the road. Vehicular underpass. There is one vehicular underpass at Worli. Vehicle monitoring system is there. BRTS. There will be one dedicated lane for bus. So on that one dedicated lane, only bus will be plying. No traffic will ply on that particular lane. Secondly, in tunnels, there are 3 lanes, and one lane will be dedicated for ambulance and firefighting. Not even for VVIPs. That lane will be dedicated only for ambulance and firefighting. Promenade along side, it is approximately 6 kilometer continuous promenade from Priyadarshini Park up to Bandavali ceiling. Now, these are the recreational public places. We are going to provide cycle track, we are going to provide jogging track, we are going to provide public viewing galleries, amphitheaters, even there will be leisure shows. So these are the amenities which we are which are proposed for this project, and accordingly we are working on this. What we are giving back to people. As a monument, it engages various local bodies to study, mitigate issues. It offers more than 1 lakh individual employments. Strategically located bridges allow uninterrupted passage of boats to protect livelihood of fishermen. We have taken care of fishermen so that their livelihood is not disturbed. Mumbai Coastal Road project assures best ride comfort with enhancement all road safety. Cameras are there. Then there is no lane crossing. Various systems are provided at various points. Remote area of Mumbai will now get a valuable link operating up trade and transport. Free to all. Free to all means there will be no toll on this particular project. Thank you. I will just show you one walkthrough. Again, your points will be clear. That video. So all renowned contractors, all renowned consultant, all renowned general consultant, they are working day and night on this project. Every care is taken on this project before inviting tender, while execution of work, and we are sure that before November 23, we will be able to complete this project and open for public. This is the south section which we had taken from Marine Drive, Girgaon Chowpatty, Priyadarshini Park, Amarsan Garden, Mahalakshmi Temple, and finally connecting to Worli. It starts from Princess Street Flyover. It goes into the tunnels. This is the transparent so that your sea view is not affected. This is the underground tunnel which is below Malabar Hill Reservoir. This is the first tunnel which is below the sea. Below the sea. This is the traffic arrangement from Tarjia to Gulabai, Desai Road, Bridge Candy Hospital Road. Link to Amerson, Amerson to Marine Drive, link to Amerson. This red portion is dedicated for bus. So if you want to come from Gulabai Desai Road, you can take this interchange and you can come to Coastal Road or vice versa. We had already started constructing these monopiles into the sea. This is how it will look. These are the two car parks. Now we are coming towards Hajiali. There are 3 layers of bridges, interchanges. That is race course, Mahalakshmi race course. Actually we will see this. Already this construction of monopile is in progress. This is how it will look after 2024. Traffic arrangements. Worli to Marine Drive, Worli to Sea-Link, Marine Drive to Tardev. This is pedestrian underpass so that people can go to Hajiali Dargah. This is the top view. This is the most complex interchange. This is the navigational bridge. This is the multi-stored car parking. There is bus terminus. Again traffic arrangement. This is at Worli Sea Face. Worli interchange. This is additional open space which we are going to construct. Cycle track. Even there will be some selfie points. I invite you all to visit this project. It's worth seeing. Under this project, all parts are covered: bridges, reclamation, tunnels, then all structures, elements. So if ICI takes us to Mumbai, I invite you all. Thank you so much. Thank you for giving me a chance to share my experience. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for this interesting and innovative and visual treat. And no wonder this is going to be a marvelous in front of the world also. And no wonder that he has been a recipient for so much of awards for such projects. Now, quickly, I will take one or two questions because we are running short of time. Just one or two questions, please.
The diameter varies from 2.5 meter to 3.2 meter. Sir. Sir, it is a decision taken by our higher authorities. We are getting money from property tax. We are getting funds from different sources. Various taxes are there, which municipal corporation collects. So as an amenity, they had waived this toll. Means BMC doesn't take tolls. Yes, MMRD, they take tolls. For your kind information, we are having a budget of 45,000 crores every year. Such a huge budget we are having. So, and the cost of project is hardly 12,721 crores. And it is divided into 4 years.
Okay. We will have more interaction during the dinner time. Now I invite Engineer Charlie J. Thomas and Mr. Engineer Srinit, Senior Manager, Technical Services, Ramco Cements, to give a moment as a token of appreciation and love from us. Now I invite Engineer Anil Kumar Pillai, Senior GM, to do his presentation.
A very warm good evening to the members of Indian Concrete Institute. Somewhere I was reading this particular statement, it came to my mind. Any job is easier or looks easier, provided you are not doing it. The reason why I am saying is that the challenges that are being faced by those in the arena are sometimes invisible to the crowd. So that's what today's speaker, Dr. Vishal, was able to bring us, the challenges that were faced, because it's a typical challenge, a lot of things to learn from that, and I am sure that we have a long way to go. As far as Ramco Cements is concerned, we have been in the cement industry from 1960s, and over a period of time, we have been able to see how cement from a commodity has been able to come to a customization stage, and that's what I would just like to take you through the various journeys. That is, the speaker was also talking about the service life. So when we talk about customization, we are talking about the kind of concrete that we are going to put in the structure. It can be in a concrete structure, it can be in a road with various parameters. So the parameters that are needed for the concrete needs to be looked into. What is the kind of compressive strength, the workability, the durability. In fact, the durability is not given much importance, it is not being evaluated, but then durability has a direct link to the life of the concrete structure. We all know that there are number of models that are there which links to the practices, the type of materials, to the design life of concrete structure. But before that, we need to understand what are the different types of requirements, the type of admixtures, the super plasticizers, the kind of blending materials that are going to be used. Now this slide may not be visible to all of you clearly, but the thing is that the message that we are trying to give is that many of the unorganized sites are having this practice of volume batching. But the thing is that if we can convert that weight batching to volume batching, I think a lot of differences, lot of errors can be taken care of. Because we have seen in many of the construction sites when we talk about 1:1.5:3 or 1:2:4, by weigh batching, how effectively it is being converted into volume, because many places you cannot have weigh batching. But then the weight can be converted effectively into volume so that the quality of concrete is maintained. Now this is something to say that when we talk about the various parameters, there are a lot of things that happens in concrete. It is not only the materials that are going into the concrete, but the practices that are there. That is why, along with materials, along with the type of cement that is being used for a particular structure, I think the practices also need to be customized based on the weather conditions. Like, you have hot weather concreting, you have concreting during normal weathers. The practices also needs to be customized based on that. So this is something that, so we at Ramco Cements have been able to look at cement from various perspectives, from the kind of requirement. As all of you know, for high performance concrete for residential buildings, we have Ramco Supercrete, which is having a high rate of gain of strength, as well as low heat of hydration, which in a way reduces the incidence of cracks. So that is where it is there, but it doesn't in any way say that you should not follow the practices that is required. Like, say for example, timely curing, and to ensure that the concrete is protected from the harsh weather conditions, especially during hot summer season. And then you have within the individual house builder, you have something, a product which is meant for plastering and non-structural applications, like you have the brickwork. Now the type of material that is required for that is different from that which is required for concreting, and hence the customization. Now if you look at the infrastructure projects, different projects have different requirements. You have the slump retention time. The time of transportation of concrete from one place to other can vary between 1 to 3 hours, or maybe sometimes slightly beyond 3 hours, in which case we have to design the concrete according to that. So based on that requirement, we have various types of cement ranging from OPC 53 to infra based on the slump retention time. So even for infrastructure projects, we have various types of cements. For the precast segment, for the hollow block, solid block, we have the Ramco Superfast, the property of which is having a high one-day strength. As all of us know, in the state of Kerala, we have number of block manufacturers who need a different kind of requirement. For that, we have this ready-mix concrete units again, have their own requirements, different admixtures. So we at our Ramco Research Development Center, we have been using this various mixed proportions to look at how the various chemical admixtures are behaving with our various types of cement, and then recommending according to that. Even the structures near seashore marine projects, as the speaker was just telling, the kind of challenges that are there, even the concrete needs to have the resistance to various kind of attacks. As all of us know, in IS 456, the code of concrete, we have the sulfate attack, the chloride attack, which needs to be resisted. And based on that, we have various types of cement for various other segments, which I am not going into detail. But then we need to look at the various segments and then see what kind of cement and what kind of practices is suitable for those. Now the thing is that earlier we always had the practice of specifying a type of cement. Now the practice is specify the type of concrete, and based on that what type of cement is required. That should be a more logical way, and that is how we have been able to do that. Even our dry mix division have various products for various application, whether be it for fixing tiles, fixing blocks, or for general purpose plaster. We have the various kind of this thing. So these are some of the things that and this is very important. We need to look at the design life of structure. For different type of structure, the design life can vary. And for that, as all of us know, there are models in the international codes, which in fact looks at the durability criteria, the type of practice to the life of structure, which can be looked into. But Indian standard codes have not brought this element into practice. Maybe in the years to come, we may be able to look at how the design life can also be incorporated by virtue of various models. Now, if you look at the various models which is available online, you would find that a particular practice can also have an effect on the life. Say, for example, if you look at the cover to the reinforcement bars, if the quality of the cover and the quantity of cover is good, there is a particular weightage that is given to the life of structure. Especially as all of us could understand logically. So the practices, the type of materials, whether you are using blending material, blended cement, to reduce the heat of hydration, also has an effect on the service life of the concrete structure. So those things can always be there. Now these are some of the equipments that can be used for evaluating the durability of concrete structure. The RCPT test, which in fact evaluates how much of ions passes through a particular specimen, and which in a way gives you the idea based on the charge that is passing through the concrete specimen, how much of durability is there. More charge that is being passed, that means the concrete is not that durable. Lesser charges, that is why you will find the lesser the coulomb, the more the durable the concrete structure is. Instead of charge, if there is water that can be passed in a high pressure, especially projects like Kudamkulam nuclear power project with which we are associated, they evaluate the durability like this. Rather than using an RCPT test, they go for water permeability test. And logically speaking, the water permeability has to be lesser than the concrete cover. But for a nuclear power project, the requirement may be more stringent. It may be much lesser because the first deterioration happens to the reinforcement bar. So we need to ensure that the water that is penetrated through the concrete, by virtue of water permeability test, should be very negligible, especially for critical structure. You have the carbonation test, which we have the facility at our Ramco Research Development Center, to look at concrete when it is subjected to carbon dioxide, how it can resist the carbonation. The carbon dioxide having an effect on the free lime, and then you have the calcium carbonate that is being formed. Of late, there has been discussion in the BIS also of how composite cement, when used in concrete, how the carbonation takes place. A lot of studies is being also done by National Council of Cement and Building Materials. We also have the facilities at our research center to look at the carbonation test. These are some of the tests to look at the probability of cracking. This is a simple test, the shrinkage crack test, wherein you have a concrete specimen in the form of a circle because there is some stress that is being developed. The stress, due to the strain, you develop the amount of displacement that is happening, and then you probably predict whether the crack occurs in concrete using different mixes using different material. So this is one test which we are using at our research center to forecast the probability of that crack that is occurring in concrete specimen. The shrinkage crack ring test apparatus, that is what the apparatus is all about. Of course, the plastic shrinkage cracks, all of us have this challenge during hot summer weather. We know the remedies also. We see over and over again, we know the remedies, but the thing is that many a times we are not able to implement those practices at site, especially when there is a high rate of evaporation of concrete surface. So this avoiding shrinkage cracks we all know, but these are the occasion when we again reiterate how it can be avoided, covering the concrete surface, curing it, ensuring that the evaporation loss is negligible and things like that. Of course, there are a number of studies enhancing service life. That is what every client wants, every engineer's dream, that the structure which I have designed for a particular period should cross that period. It can be 100 years, it can be 75 years, it can be 50 years. But then are we incorporating that design life into our design and into our implementation is something that we need to look at. Starting from the design phase to the implementation, most important, are we paying attention to the maintenance of concrete structure, especially in a place like Kerala where you have heavy rains. It is the concrete maintenance is taken for granted. We have places where water is stagnant on the slab, on the roof. You have an outlet pipe on the roof, but is the water really flowing through that outlet pipe? And is the number of outlet that is given on the roof sufficient so that the water flows and there is no stagnation of water? As all of us know, stagnation of water on concrete surface for a longer period of time can lead to deterioration of concrete surface. It can be dampness, it can be leakage, it can be a number of reasons, a number of effects that can be there. All of us know this, why blended cement, because of lower heat of hydration, resistance to chloride and sulfate attack. Of course, quality is a teamwork. When you look at team, and a very simple technique of calling all the workers before the concreting, briefing them for 10 minutes can do wonders. That's what our technical services team, the MACE team, during interaction with construction professionals have learnt. A simple communication. Why do you do compaction in concrete? How does that particular thing goes a long way in ensuring that the concrete is impermeable, can be something of an eye-opener. Now, these are some of the tests that we also do at our this thing. We increase the temperature, we increase the wind velocity, we make slab specimen and see how the crack formation happens and what can we do as far as the quality of the material is concerned. A lot of studies, RCPT versus water cement ratio we have done. I do not want to get into the details of that. Of course, river sand, M sand, the debate goes on, but suffice it to say that M sand, as long as it satisfies the grading requirement with the minimum dust that is there in the sand, I think it is always better that we can go in for M sand also, because many of the trials that we have been doing at our research center is with M sand as well. So that's it. I don't want to take much of your time. All of you know, those who have been using Ramco Supercrete, how it has been effective in doing that. Ramco Super Plaster, we don't look at the compressive strength as we do in the product for concrete. But as far as this is concerned, we look at air content, water retentivity, because that is what is required, because it has to spread over a larger area. Coverage is very important. The pull-out strength, the flow, and the bulk density, which is more important. So a lot of construction companies, institutions who have been associated with us. Of course, sustainability is also very important. Our Ramco Research Development Center, number of projects, which I am not going into the detail, just so that's it. And we also recently, all of you would be aware that we have online resource on various topics in civil engineering. Search for the Ramco Cements Limited MACE team on YouTube. Please do that, and then you will have 150 videos which has been delivered by various experts from IIT, Delhi, Bombay, Madras, and various construction professionals. Especially for those students in civil engineering, it was a kind of boon for them, because we started during the pandemic, and a number of videos have been useful for a number of construction professionals. So with those few words, let me thank Indian Concrete Institute Calicut chapter. We have been associating with the Indian Concrete Institute at various places from Goa. Calicut, this is the second one at the same place. Recently we had at Coimbatore, Chennai, and various other places. So thanks concrete professionals for having given us this opportunity to be a part of this program. Thank you so much, and let us hope that this kind of programs will go a long way in having a kind of dialogue between all of us. And I would also like to request you that Indian Concrete Institute as a body must also put their views to the BIS recommending, because we have the BIS meeting at New Delhi as well as online, offline has started, but we need to bring to their notice various practical problems so that it will be useful for them in formulating various codes on cement and concrete, because that's what we have been seeing when we go to Delhi, when we attend those meetings. The kind of discussion that comes about, I'm sure would be very useful, because each region is different. So Indian Concrete Institute Kozhikode chapter can also contribute their technical views as far as the practical implications are concerned to the BAS committee. Thank you so much. Thank you for patient listening. Best wishes.
Sir, I request you to stay back. I request Engineer Subair Kolakadan and Engineer Abdul Latif to hand over the memento to Anil Kumar Pillai, Senior General Manager, Technical Services, Ramco Cements Limited.
Thank you so much. Now I invite Engineer Matthew Sebastian, Treasurer ICI Calicut Center, along with Engineer Hari Govind, to give a memento to our sponsors, the Ramco Cement Limited. And I invite Mr. Gopakumar, General Manager Marketing, to receive this token of memento. Thank you so much. Now, I invite Mr. Gopakumar to address the gathering.
Yeah, good evening. It's quite late, but it's a pleasure having received this citation from ICA Calicut chapter. And we really feel privileged and proud and honored in having received this. Association with ICA Calicut especially has been quite some time now with Ramco, and we wish this association goes very long in a very successful and wonderful way, that we be an integral part of ICA Calicut chapter in all their technical and non-technical activities, and also to learn more and more newer technologies in construction industry and concrete practices in the construction industries for the days to come in. In these late hours of this day, on behalf of the company and on my own personal behalf, let me thank ICI in giving us a great opportunity in being a partner in this particular meeting and an association with the construction professionals here in Calicut and nearby districts. Let me thank you all once again, and thanks a lot, and all the very best for ICA for all their endeavors in coming days. Thank you very much.
Now I request Engineer Jairam to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good evening, all of you. It's already late. I'm directly going into the responsibility given to me. I'm sure you all are waiting for one of the finest moments after hearing the mind-blowing session of Dr. Vishal or Tombare. On behalf of ICA Calicut, I thank our speaker of the day, Dr. Vishal R. Tombare, for giving a wonderful talk on the project going on in Mumbai. And we hope from ICA Calicut we'll come there and visit the project and get more on-site feedback from you, sir. Thank you. So on behalf of ICA, I thank our minister who had come over here as the chief guest, and due to his hectic schedule, he has gone early. Anyway, we thank on behalf of ICA. And I thank Engineer Anil Kumar Pillai for giving a talk on various aspects of cement and concrete. Thank you, sir. On behalf of ICA, we thank the sponsor, Ramco Cements, for sponsoring today's seminar. And above all, I thank all the members and guests of ICA who have come over here and made this function a grand success. I thank the management and staff of this hotel for giving a nice hospitality. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you. Now we will have fellowship and dinner.